changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule.
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether eagle, giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, that's Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and LandLord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a long part.
I gotta make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this. What's happening? I can't hear you. Mic check. I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, well. Give me a 1 if y'all can't hear me. Y'all can hear me? I can't hear you. Can't nobody hear you, bro. Can't nobody hear you. You got me thinking I'm crazy. But what's going on, y'all? We having technical difficulties, obviously. But we in here ready to do the show. What's happening? Make sure y'all hit the like and share button. Make sure y'all tap in for the win. We appreciate everybody rocking with your boys, man. Hey, we got some interesting topics to talk about today, but we just trying to get the things in place real quick. Bear with us. We do it live, you know. We do it live. But shout out to everybody rocking. Let me get some shout outs while we waiting. Shout out to Jameson Taylor, Miss Adika Charles, Who else? Brian Bradford. Shout out to you. Toxic Splendor Poppy Velma in the building. Who else? Keystone. Nah, that ain't Keystone. That's Keltron. Shout out to you. Marcus McFarland in the building. Anna in the building. Eric Wallace in the building. Big Dallas 8604 in the building. Shout out to all our folks, man. I appreciate y'all. But we were finna discuss today. I already know one of the topics is the hot seat for the head coaches. And I can't wait to talk about this because y'all know, hey, you know, contrary to mainstream media narratives, I am a pro Mike McCarthy channel. So, hey, I stand on that. I feel like the man has done a great job as a head coach. Of course, we ain't one that went to the promised land, but we all know it takes more than one person to get that done. So, hey, let's see. We just got to be honest with that evaluation. I just don't want people to let us – this is my stance on Mike McCarthy before we even get deep into it. I feel like he's probably one of the better head coaches. He's for sure one of the better head coaches in the NFL right now. And just because we don't win a Super Bowl, I just don't think that's enough to say, hey, get him out of town. Because it's a lot of stuff that it's going to take to win a Super Bowl. And how many coaches are actually winning Super Bowls? Think about that. How many coaches are winning Super Bowls? It ain't that many. Whether it's Andy Reid and who? Belichick.
Testing.
You good.
Test.
You good.
All right, shit.
Belichick, Andy Reid. Who else winning Super Bowls? Sirianni won one. It ain't that many coaches winning Super Bowls right now. So I don't know if that's just a one thing you could say to fire a coach these days, in my opinion, especially one that's winning more than everybody else. So let's see what happens.
Well, since you already done started talking about it, let's go ahead and just dive head first into it, man. And hey, everybody out there, y'all know when you tap in, hit that like button, hit that share button, and slap the dog shit out of Eagles fan, because they out there lurking, flying around your city with a piece of shit in their mouth as we speak.
Unfortunately.
So here we go. So this is CBS Sports. They said head coaches on the hot seat. So they have Robert Saleh as the number one guy who could possibly lose his job. We all saw that the Jets wasn't worth a quarter last year. Brian Dable, he's also on the hot seat. Dennis Allen, Saints struggled. Matt Eberflus, which is weird because they just got a quarterback this year. Then there's our guy right there, Mike McCarthy, number 5. He got the 5th hottest seat in the National Football League. And I'm not really sure how you could even grade that. And one thing is not like the other when you look at this, because when you talk about Robert Saleh and Dennis Allen and some of these other guys, they've actually struggled. Like they've actually struggled winning games.
Facts.
Mike McCarthy, and I guess you could say the same thing about Sean McDermott, right? They go to the playoffs. They just can't beat the damn Kansas City Chiefs. Mike McCarthy is probably in the same boat as Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott goes to the postseason, cannot get past the Chiefs, could not get past the Bengals. Mike McCarthy goes to the postseason. Dallas Cowboys had issues against the 49ers, and then last year we had our hiccup against the Green Bay Packers. So my question, and I'm going to start with your thought process, Landlord. Disregard the regular season stuff, because we already know he wins in the regular season. 12-win seasons, 3 in a row, ain't been done since the 90s. Should the postseason stuff be enough for him to lose his job? I'm going to start with you. I'm going to ask the chat, then I'm going to give my opinion on it. So let's start with that. Should the postseason woes be enough for Mike McCarthy to be on the hot seat?
I mean, it's enough to cause concern. Like, if let's say this the only reason I'm going to give Mike McCarthy a little grace, because we know he didn't have full control. He never had full control. They force-fed him Kellen Moore. He wasn't even running his own offense. So, I mean, we got to fight for what's right at the end of the day, I feel like, because, like, we understand he signed the contract. He knew what the ramifications of the contract was, but at the same time, we know the politics and how you got to maneuver being a head coach at the Cowboys. You pretty much will never have full control. So Mike McCarthy came into this toxic environment and, finessed his way around to get as much control as he possibly could. It took him all the way to year 4, to be able to have his actual control and run his actual offense. So, I mean, I feel like you can 100% count last year towards Mike McCarthy failure, especially, in the playoffs, even though I feel like it was more so a defensive problem. But out of year 1 of running Mike McCarthy's offense, I could say he did a great job. And then the last 2 years, he got you 12 wins as a head coach. So if you look at the 3 factors, as a head coach alone, without calling plays, without being the OC, he got you 12 wins 2 years in a row. Then became an OC and a head coach. He made your offense be like the number 1 offense in the league. Dak Prescott was an all-pro, almost won the MVP. And you was scoring up and down the field like your offense went crazy. He made CeeDee Lamb an all-pro. Like, he almost won the MVP. Like, I believe he might have got a vote, didn't it? It was something like that. He probably deserved a vote with the year he had. So you got the best CeeDee. This is what you got from Mike McCarthy last year. You got the best CeeDee Lamb you ever seen. You got the best Dak Prescott you ever seen. You got a number 1 offense. You know what I'm saying? And you got a 12-5 win team. But when you think about the negatives, of course we didn't go as far as we wanted to go. Of course. But do the pros outweigh the cons? Do the pros outweigh the cons? And one more question I have to ask before y'all bash Mike McCarthy. What coach in the league currently are you going to put in here to do better?
Well, it depends on this list, because let's pull the list back up, because I'm sure one of these folks will get fired too, right? If Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat. So out of this list of people that job is in jeopardy, which one of these guys would you take over Mike McCarthy? I'm going to ask y'all in the chat box. So, because remember, if you got to be somebody that's available to take the job, right? So somebody either going to come out their couch, come from a different job, or they going to get their ass fired too. So out of these people, the only name I would even consider hiring if Mike McCarthy was to get cut is Sean McDermott. And he has his issues just like everybody else has their issues. So I'd rather dance with who brung me there at this point. Because listen, hold on, let me show love to Jason Smith. He sent you a $4.99 super chat. He said, "Did you see my post just a little earlier in regards to Von BB 2 KSU kids? We did not see it."
Let me go find it. Let me see. Okay, here we go. He says, "Do you think about Deuce Vaughn and Cooper Beebe? I'm from Kansas, biggest Kansas State fan." You saying, what do we think about him? Okay. I'm not big on Deuce, but I think Cooper will be better than what we had at center. And I'm hopeful for Deuce, but I'm at a point with him is like I can't believe it until I see it. That's all it is with him. Like, he had a phenomenal career at Kansas State, but I just can't believe in him in the NFL until he give me a reason to. So that's pretty much my song on him. Sorry, Mr. Deacon. Please don't call the authorities on me.
Please call the authorities on this man. But listen, I love Cooper Beebe. I think the Dallas Cowboys got a steal in the draft by being able to get him in the 3rd round. I think he's spectacular, and I think he'll pay dividends damn near immediately for the interior of our offensive line. Now, as for Deuce Vaughn, if the Dallas Cowboys implement the 4-2 toss, I think he'll have a big year. If not, then I'm not really sure what he's going to do to contribute on this team, because I have, like LandLord said, I ain't really seen much. I saw him go crazy against UPS drivers and mechanics during the preseason, but I did not really see too much from the man. So we'll see his physical stature limits what he can do on the football field schematically, because we know we ain't coming in blocking, so it's obvious he's either going to be running the football or decoy, or he's going to be receiving the football. So it really limits the packages you can throw him out there.
One more thing about that. Oh, you still going?
I was, but
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was trying to catch you before you was ending, but I was just about to say, do you think it's a possibility that the Cowboys consider Deuce Vaughn when they drafted Cooper Beebe? Like, cause this is his center. This is his center, right? So if you can't run behind nobody, you should be able to run behind your center. That kind of helped him out. So we got to see what happens with that. Do you think they even consider him?
I don't know what they considered him. I damn sure know they considered Dak Prescott when they got Cooper Beebe. But I will say this, having some continuity like that, play with this man for years. So yeah, I think it would help Deuce. And listen, I'm gonna say this: if Deuce can't run behind Cooper Beebe, he just can't run in the NFL.
That's my point. I think they was looking like, hey, he should have some chemistry at least with Cooper Beebe.
Yeah, you should at least see what you got. Because listen, I need people. This was the thing I want y'all to understand about my feelings about Deuce Vaughn. I know that was segueing, but it's not that I dislike the man. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this man personally. And honestly, I need him. Like, I actually need Deuce Vaughn to be somebody this year. I need him to step up. I need him to be productive. I need him to make splash plays here and there because my running back room is not very deep as it is. Like, we got bodies, but we ain't got nobody. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, outside of Zeke and outside of when Rico Dowdle is healthy, like, tell me the running backs that you're comfortable with on this football team and on this roster right now. Because Pete couldn't even get on the field in college, and we up here gassing this man up like he gonna do something as an undrafted free agent. You know what I'm saying? Royce Freeman have been on everybody's team. I think he played for my El Dorado Wildcats at one point. But nah, for real though. Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, the Dallas Cowboys running back room, there is a reason why everybody has us ranked towards the bottom of the National Football League in running back depth. They don't really have great running back talent. And our number one running back even is not a guy that we even want to get the football to 300 times. Like, we got a particular role for Ezekiel Elliott. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he'll be bad. I already said he'll have double-digit touchdowns. He'll have some short yardage conversions for us. But you know what I'm saying? We just need somebody to step up. We're not very deep at the running back position. So I like Deuce to do it. I want Deuce to do it.
This is self-inflicted wounds, too. Like, we sat up here 2 years in a row and then put real draft capital into the running back position. 2 years in a row. And then we didn't try to get nothing in free agents. So, like, you're right. We do need Deuce Vaughn to do good. We need him to do well. And I pray he do, so he can shut me up, and I'll be happy. Like, I'm gonna be the first one to come on here and be like, man, y'all seen Deuce, man. I'm so proud of him. I'll be like a proud father. I promise you. So I just don't know if that's gonna be the case, And if Deuce is not starting, but if he's a big contributor on the team, what does that mean for the other running backs? Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
I mean, you say is he contributing on the team?
If Deuce got a real life role on this team, does that bode well or bad for the other running backs?
I mean, dog. Who else is on here for it to matter? We listed the two running backs that matter. I said Zeke. I said Rico.
So what that mean for Rico?
That he's probably hurt again. That's what it means. Like, the man don't stay healthy. That what it probably means for Rico Dowdle. That he got hurt again. He's nicked again. He's playing at less than 100% as he normally does. And Deuce Vaughn is coming in taking snaps. I mean, even think about last year, right? He played games, right? Go back and look at how healthy he was. That man only had 10 carries like 2 or 3 times the entire season. That man was not healthy enough to carry the ball like that. He was on the injury list like 6 to 8 weeks straight. I forget the particular number, but it was like
Rico.
6, yeah, with a lower leg injury. I forget it was an ankle or a knee. I forget, but he had a lingering injury all last year. So that's why I be saying, even if they get on the field, it doesn't really mean that they're completely healthy. And to answer your question, Sam, he said best running back free agents. Let me ask y'all this. Out of these available running backs, Dalvin Cook, Kareem Hunt, Cam Akers, Jerick McKinnon, would you take either one of them guys at this point in time? Landlord, I'll start with you before I ask the chat box.
Say the names again.
Dalvin Cook, Kareem Hunt, Cam Akers, Jerick McKinnon.
Okay, I would probably try Dalvin Cook or Kareem Hunt. But the only reason is because that's how low I am on our current running back room. That ain't saying that they just finna change your life. But I'm like, hey, I'm throwing darts in the dark. I'm trying. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying stuff. So we, at this point, we need to find some kind of solution. Like, I don't know, man. I can't make a way to be too excited about this running game. Cause like we just seen what Rico got to offer. We know what Zeke is. Like, who is the third option? And like anytime they say running back by committee, wide receiver by committee, that should give us night terrors. Like, that should have us, shaking and stuff in our sleep when we hear stuff like that. Because you know what the old coaches say. If you got 5 running backs, that means you don't have a running back. That's what that means. So we'll just have to see, man. We'll have to see if it work out. And then this is coming from my guy Big Mike don't even really like running like that. So you gonna have somebody who don't like running like that and have them in a dilemma where they don't even have a real running back. Man, Dak finna slang that ball like cracking the 90s. That's what I'm telling you right now.
Listen, I would take any of these running backs. You know why? The only criteria for you to be on my team, the only criteria for me to be interested in you is for you to be better than somebody that's currently on my team. Even with what the ghost of Dalvin Cook is probably still better than Malik Davis and Pete and these other guys.
Don't name Malik Davis first. That ain't fair. This man been over there minding his business. We ain't even brought him up on the show, and you gonna call this man name first. See, he ain't so nefarious.
What you talking
I don't
about?
know what Malik Davis did to you, bro. I don't know what Malik Davis did to you.
I don't know this man. Who? Malik who?
See though?
So anyway, back to important things. So if Dalvin Cook, even at this stage of his career, I probably would put more stock in what he could do for my team. Kareem Hunt as well. Cam Akers still young. The only thing that's been holding Cam Akers back is injuries. Dallas Cowboys love injured players. You know what I'm saying? They believe and listen, it is partially true. We have a very good medical staff. They're award winning. They might be able to keep that man healthy, right? They might be able to keep that man healthy. Jerick McKinnon, like, he's not really the kind of running back we need. He's more of a receiving threat out of the backfield. If y'all don't remember Jerick McKinnon, he played for both the the Kansas City Chiefs. He played for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he played for the Minnesota Vikings, if you were wondering who Jerick McKinnon is. So that's the kind of running back he is.
I see the people in the chat saying, shout out to Tyrone Church. He says he disagreed. No more workhorse back anymore, landlord. I disagree with you on that. Chris Longstar says, I don't know, landlord. Running back by committee is run by the majority of the league. Yes, it is, but it's still other teams the teams that run the ball well, what they got? What San Francisco got? Do they got a committee? No. Did the Eagles go into this looking for a committee? No, they went and got a great back in their mind.
And they still got good running back rooms on top of that. They got guy, and then they got the other shit.
Exactly. I'm saying on top of that, I ain't just really shooting at the committee. I'm talking about the talent level of the committee. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you are gonna do a committee, how many good running backs do we actually have in this committee? Not enough. So look at that. Look at what the Ravens gonna do. They went and got Derrick Henry. That don't sound like a committee. Now, you pair him with Lamar Jackson, it might be committee-ish. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about that, man. You got to think about that. It's plenty of other teams out here that got a great back. Now, workhorse back and a great back, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Because you got to think about this. You still want, listen, even the people who doing running back by committee, they still would prefer a running back that is good or great. And then they just distribute all the little other carries out to other people. You see what I'm saying? They still want a superiorly talented running back on that committee. They don't want a committee of average running backs, y'all. Like, that's not, nobody wants that.
But that was exactly what they got, though, Land.
That's what we have. But yeah, I'm talking about.
I'm talking about what we have. That's what we got. We have a committee. We got a committee that's sort of shitty. Because, we look around the NFL, right?
A shitty committee. Man, come on, Hen. You gotta come on.
Come on, cuz. I'm just
Get better
saying.
than that, man. Be better.
No, I won't. I won't. But listen, dog. I'm just being real with you. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys running back room as a whole, does it match up against the 49ers running back room? Because they got the best running back in the league because he just won Offensive Player of the Year. And then what did they do in the draft? They went and drafted a guy that went for 1,600 yards in college, right? When you look at the Eagles, they still have Saquon Barkley, but they still got other running backs in that room that they have contributed for years for them, like Boston Scott and the other boy. When you look at the Miami Dolphins, they got like 3 running backs that will start for the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Facts. Right.
You look at the Tennessee Titans. We wanted to draft Tyjae Spears, and we had Tony Pollard starting for us, and they got both of them boys. So yes, like, matter of fact, the Rams are even better one when you think about it, right? With what they have, they got your boy from Alabama. And then they got what's the other boy name over there? They got 2 very good running backs they both went for almost 1,000 yards.
Who you talking about?
The
Lions.
The Lions, yeah.
Jameer Gibbs.
They got Jameer Gibbs and the what the other one's name? I forget.
They got Ty Montgomery, don't they?
No, they ain't got no sorry ass Ty Montgomery.
Who they had? They got a running back everybody know. But he older. And he's still balling though. What's his name? It pleased me. David Montgomery. That's who it is.
Thank you.
I knew it was Montgomery. I couldn't think of it.
You just remember that because there's a Montgomery in Alabama, man. That's all you remember that.
Hey, that could be factual right there. You might be on to something.
It is a possibility. Yeah, it was David Montgomery. But that's the point, man. I'm glad that we're talking about running backs because another thing that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention.
Don't do it, Hen.
F that. Fuck all that. Do you
Shout out to Big Time Show over there, too.
Shout out to the Big Time Show. And you're right. And the Rams went and got Blake Corum. Listen, the Rams already had an all-pro running back. Kyron Williams went for 1,100 yards last year, made an all-pro selection. One of the reasons it was so easy to beat the shit out of him, he didn't play us. But they had that, and they still went and got Blake Corum.
Says a lot, don't it?
Says a lot about their wanting and willingness to run the football. But speaking of running backs, do you remember when the Dallas Cowboys let their best defensive tackle walk because of a difference of a couple $1,000? And now our defensive tackle room consists of Monty Smith, who's coming off of major surgery, a 7th-round defensive tackle, Osa Odigizua, who cannot stop the run because he's a 3-tech. That's not his job. And then we got a journeyman defensive tackle. So those are the guys in the interior of your defensive line that are supposed to be stopping the run for you.
Mizey coming off an injured shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I just said. He coming off an injury.
Yikes.
So let me remind y'all that the Dallas Cowboys play a slew of running backs this year, dog. Let me just show y'all. These are the rushing leaders from last year. This is last year's rushing leaders.
He's that boy. He's the cover of Madden, all that good stuff. Of course, Derrick Henry. Then we got Kyron Williams, we just talked about. I can't make that name out right now. But under that, Swift over there with Tennessee. But a lot of the top people, we of course we know we play Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry. I'm not sure if we play the Rams this year. Who else? I can't really make them out. But the point is, right now, that we play a lot of the best running backs in the league with a struggling defensive tackle room. Our whole room is struggling at stopping the run. So, I was talking about this with Boss yesterday. Shout out to Boss Cowboy. Not only did Mozzie have to recover, he's supposed to be getting better. He got to get up to weight. This going to be a whole process right here, y'all. And that is the main reason why LandLord from Alabama during the draft process last year, when I was saying I did not want a defensive tackle because that's a future pick. Even if he is half good, he'll be half good in 3-4 years. Well, this is year 3 coming up. No, year 2.
This year 2 for mine.
This year 2 coming up. And it's kind of hard to say he's even going to be good.
All right. So to my point about defensive tackle not being great, Christian McCaffrey, who was that dude, we play him this year. We play the 49ers. Derrick Henry brings his ass back to Dallas because he's with the Baltimore Ravens. So the Dallas Cowboys played the 2 leading rushers from last year, early in the season. Within the first 6 games of the season, you play the 2 leading rushers of the National Football League. Then if you go down, remember we played the Lions again. David Montgomery, who we were just talking about, was had 1,015 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns, and that's not even counting that we also play Jahmyr Gibbs the same damn game. So probably the best tandem of running backs the Dallas Cowboys played them. Joe Mixon was a 1,000-yard rusher within the top 10 last year. Well, he went and joined the Texans. So he'll come to Dallas and try to run all over us as well. Let's continue with the rest of the folks on this list. Najee Harris, a 1,000-yard rusher, 8 rushing touchdowns. Played the Steelers this year. Ooh, Jesus. Go down to a running back that did not. Matter of fact, Bijan Robinson was used so poorly last year, it got his coach fired. His coach got fired. They used him so poorly last year. Well, that first-round pick, this generational talent running back, allegedly, we got to go to Atlanta and play him. Then you got to think about Saquon Barkley. Now, I know we handle Saquon in New York, but he's paired up with Jalen Hurts, who himself is damn near a running back when you think about what they do on the ground, right? So
we don't respect Jalen Hurts' arm, but we must respect his legs, though.
You got to respect his legs.
He can run the ball. He's an athlete, if nothing else. So, hey.
Oh, yeah, you're
with
right.
him and that read option with Saquon, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, hey, and I'm sorry. I disrespected Jaylen Warren when I stopped at Najee Harris. They also got 2 good running backs. Because Jaylen Warren is the home run hitter. That's the guy that can take it 50, 60, 70 yards. He said you had to stop talking about Malik Davis. He is the fastest running back on the team. Starting campaign for Davis. Listen, they don't like Malik Davis. I can't listen.
Who said that? They get a gold star.
Listen,
who said that?
What?
Time out.
Oh,
Who
no.
said it? Who said
it was
it?
MFW.
Okay, shout out to MFW, man. You get a gold star today.
My point being, what does it matter?
MWF.
They don't like him. So why do we keep bringing up a guy that's not gonna get on the field? I don't know who baby mama he tried to talk to. I don't know who he got smart with. They don't like him.
I told you, the mere fact that he got jumped by Deuce Vaughn, that should tell you everything you need to know. Ain't no way that's supposed to happen. I don't even think Rico should have got over him. Real talk. After what he did when he got his opportunities, he was doing his thing, bro. Like, he was actually a decent running back when he got his opportunity.
I want y'all to also know LandLord's talking about 10 carries.
In NFL games, how many carries Rico had?
Don't know.
So what? So how you gonna disrespect Malik 10 carries? He was doing his thing, bro. Like, no lie.
Man, ain't nobody
Rico didn't even play 10 seconds. So how you gonna talk about this man 10 reps? And that's a lie. Malik started a whole game or 2. when Zeke went down the
man
year
ain't
before
started no
last.
whole damn game.
Yes, he did.
That man-
In the Tennessee game, I believe he started the whole game.
And he
When
still
else?
only got like 10 carries that game.
And
bro.
he was almost, hey, I'm telling you, he was almost about to
Man.
break him.
I'm
a
done.
couple of 'em.
I'm so tired of you. And this,
You just a hater, man. I don't know. Malik, go on pull up on him, man. He in Texas, Malik. He in Texas. I'm going to send them hitters at
He
you.
done gave him a general.
We gonna send them hitters at you.
He done gave him a general location. He in Texas.
Go on get him. Go on get him here. Go on get him because he playing on your top, Malik. But nah, man, for real, like, I'm just talking about the politics. Okay, you ain't got to be high on Malik, but could you make a case for why they jumped him? No. And then when
I
Zeke
tell you
was
they don't like him.
when Zeke was 100% crippled in that 49ers game, you wanted to see Malik that game. Guaranteed you did.
I did because
I know you did.
I ain't had no other option.
If
That's
he
like,
was terrible, you still wouldn't want to see him.
no, that's not true.
Did you want to see Josh Ball? My point exactly. We're
It
moving along,
never got that bad
moving
now.
along.
We never got that hurt.
You ain't wondering what Josh Ball got going on over there. You already know what he doing, okay?
Beating his old lady, probably. Fuck Josh Ball. But anyway, yeah, man, I don't know. But my point being is, man, Dallas Cowboys, you did not even look at the defensive tackle position. You ain't give a damn about the defensive tackle position. But hey, the same folks are going to sit here all off season and tell y'all the Dallas Cowboys are good enough. They're going to tell you the Dallas Cowboys got everything they need to compete. And then somebody gonna run for over 200 yards on their ass. You're gonna be sitting there with the shit-eating face. Like, dog, you knew they were sorry. You knew they couldn't stop the run. You knew in the summer they couldn't stop the run. You knew in the playoffs last year they couldn't stop the run. After free agency started, and you ain't seen not nan defensive tackle get signed, you knew they couldn't stop the run.
Facts.
When they didn't draft a defensive tackle this year, you knew they couldn't stop the damn run. So
Preach.
why are y'all gonna be sitting there looking crazy when these running backs put up Madden numbers on your ass and act like somebody else did you wrong? You knew damn well that's your fault.
Can I add on to this?
Please.
I don't want to, but it's the truth. The truth ain't gotta make you feel good, bro. It just, it must be done. It just have to happen. Okay. Not only we just talking about our defensive tackle room, we ain't even really got into the linebacker core. Cause we think they should be okay, but we don't know. We don't know. We feel like Kendricks is decent, but he's long in the tooth. Overshawn, we high on him, but he's a question mark.
Ain't seen a man play.
Damone Clark is a question mark. He probably shouldn't be playing. You see what I'm saying? And then who is responsible on the football team for stopping the run?
The defensive tackles and the linebackers.
And those are the two
Biggest
places
question
that
marks.
you got the biggest question marks at. And we've been getting our head bashed in the run game for about the last 5 years.
I think
And we
longer than
still
that.
haven't addressed it. Go ahead.
I said it may be longer than that. I could be mistaken. I think 2019. I think we were bad against the run in 2019 too. I think we had a good run offense, but a bad run defense. Oh man, that's horrible, dog. But listen, when a team is one-dimensional, right? It is very easy to exploit that Achilles heel. You know the Dallas Cowboys can't stop the run. They can play. They're a good scoring off defense. They can sack the quarterback. Get after the quarterback gets sacked. They're a good passing defense. I ain't got to put the ball in the air if my running back core is good enough. I can run you off the field every time. And
People want to run on us anyway. They don't want to throw that Trey and Bland them. They don't want to do that.
Exactly. So this is my point. So think about what that does to your team. Like I can physically beat up on you up front. Running the football, there's a lower chance of me turning the ball over. I'm controlling the clock. And listen, as long as I finish the drive with touchdowns, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to be winning time of possession. I'm going to be up on the box score. Your team is also going to get one-dimensional because there's not that much time left in the game. You're going to be pressing, trying to keep up the pace, scoring points. You'll be the one to turn the ball over before I will playing that style of football. So, and y'all wonder why we always end up in these precarious situations in the postseason when most of the times it's got to be nip and tuck. In the postseason is when teams want to run the football more. Everybody rushing numbers increase in the postseason. That is a statistical fact. That is a statistical fact that all teams' rushing numbers increase in the postseason. But you up here don't want to try to stop the run. You don't want to invest in the defensive tackle. You don't want to really invest in linebackers like that.
And you ain't even trying to run more or better.
Exactly.
Because you didn't invest in your running back. It's crazy. But I'm glad you said that, man, because I went on a rant yesterday on the shows I did because I was thinking, like, I think the nation need to remember, it seemed like soon as the season start, we forget the whole offseason. We forget that we ain't investing no receivers for real. We forget that we let a legendary all-pro left tackle go. We forget that we replaced 40% of our offensive line. We forget that we never got nothing answered in the defensive tackle room. We forget that we are putting the linebacker core together with popsicle sticks and bubble gum. Go ahead.
I need to interject for 2 seconds. CT, my question to you, because you asking about excuses and all this other shit. If your mama life was on the line, would you trust the Dallas Cowboys to stop the run? That's the only thing I want to know. If the answer is no, then we ain't got much to talk about. If your mama life was on the line and it was up to the Dallas Cowboys to stop the run to save her from an untimely demise, would you trust them? If the answer is no, then it's not an excuse. You know damn well that they can't stop the run. We're not talking about whose fault is it they can't stop the run. The fault right now is that we don't have the personnel to do it. You can say whoever you want to put that on. You want to put that on the folks whose job it is to develop talent. You want to put that on the folks, the players themselves, or you want to put it on the front office for building this team this way. You can't stop the run. And guess what? In the postseason, every single time you get eliminated, you got ran off the field outside of 2016. Because last time I remember, 2018, your defense got ran off the field, gave up almost 300 yards. 2021, they gave up over 170 yards on the ground, and they had penalties, right? 2022, you got ran off the field again. Last year, you got ran off the field. Aaron Jones up here counting down touchdowns. So you ask me, has the running game and your ability to stop the run been an issue in these last playoff loss? We're just having a simple football conversation about concepts, what work and what don't work. You got to understand that's pretty much how this works.
Bro, when people say no excuses, that's pretty much like saying that it was no story, no context to go along with the conclusion we got. Like, that's crazy. Like, we just giving you context on why that conclusion happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we got that outcome. You can't erase how we get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just teleport to being, you know what I'm saying, at the start of the game to the end of the game we lose. Like, none of the stuff in between matters. You got to tell the story of the context. We're not saying that it's a legitimate excuse for why we lost or why we win. We just saying why we were lost and why we won. You see what I'm saying? We just telling you why it happened. You got to get down to it. That's just like taking your car to a mechanic and your engine down and he don't tell you what happened. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, well, your engine down. Like, I could have told you that.
Like, no shit, Sherlock. What is wrong with the car? Do I need an alternator? Do I need a battery? Do I need to change the timing belt? What is going on with
You
my
see
car?
what I'm saying? What caused it, sir? What caused it? Like, you just can't go straight to the diagnosis. So, yeah, man, people got to, I know you want to be that tough guy, no excuses, no, bro, that's not how life works, bro. Life happens.
Football works.
Stuff happens in between to tell the story. If you don't want to hear the story, then just say that. But it's context in the story.
Right. Just like, and this is another thing. Like, y'all don't really want to go that deep into that because when you go deep into the stuff that goes on to why we lose some of these games, you got to put some blame on some of the players you actually like. Like, it's easy for y'all to say fuck Dak Prescott because everybody hates the quarterback in Dallas. And, you know, nobody wants to say, damn, Zeke ain't do shit this playoff game. Nobody want to say Michael Parsons ain't do shit this playoff game. Nobody want to say anything about the linebackers that you liked. Like, y'all used to love LVE, and we ain't gonna talk about some of his playoff performances, right? Like, sometimes when you break it down, it gets uncomfortable for people because they don't want to talk about the player they actually like because you got to hold them accountable at that point.
The messed up part about accountability is it's only a problem when you're losing or when you're doing bad. Because think about it. I made an analogy the other day. I said, man, just imagine if, say for instance, that you was close friends with CeeDee Lamb or somebody. All right, y'all chilling. He just got finished playing the game. Let's say it's the Giants game when we beat them 40-0. CD just walking out the field, y'all chilling. He dripped in sweat. He like, man, I'm so glad the game over. We had a good game. And then you just blurt out, yeah, Dak won that game, but that was a good game, Dak. You see what I'm saying? Like, CD just got through playing a full game. He drenched in sweat. He just been putting in work. And then you just bust out and say, yo, man, Dak just beat the hell out of the Giants. Boy, that was a good game by Dak.
Like, by himself?
CD gonna look at you like, what?
Did he catch the ball, too? Did he catch the ball by himself?
Was I not there? You see what I'm saying? But look, in that same analogy, this is why social media has ruined it, right? The same analogy is, check this out. In a loss, say, for instance, the Cardinals game. CD come, walk by, drenched in sweat. Dang, bro, that was a tough game we lost. And that same cousin say, yeah, Dak lost that game. You think CD gonna be like, nah, hold on, wait a minute. You see what I'm saying? I dropped a couple of balls, you know what I'm saying? I could have ran some couple of better routes. Like, accountability don't work like that. That's why social media and X and all these sites and blogs and posts and stuff like that kind of screw up everything. Because ain't nobody going to volunteer to hold themselves accountable. Everybody going to volunteer for that credit, though. Mm-hmm. They'll let that ride. If they cousin was like, yo, man, Dak lost that game, CD going to sit back like, shit, you damn right, because I... Because I was running my routes. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works, sir. And that's a normal, natural part of being an athlete or whoever, a human being. You ain't gonna volunteer for the judgment, for the critiques, for the criticism. That's just not how this works. That's a perfect analogy to me to try to express to y'all that this is not a one-person game, y'all. It's just not. I know we want to narrow it down. We want to summarize the whole sport to quarterback wins and all this goofy stuff. It just don't work like that.
It don't. Because, listen, when you think about how football is played, man, you got your offensive line got a block for your quarterback. You got a block for your running back. So if your running back had a good game, unless he's Barry Sanders, you know the offensive line did their job, right? If your quarterback had enough time in the pocket, and he was able to deliver the ball accurately and this stuff, your offensive line did pretty much a good job of blocking up front, right? And the same talking with the quarterback. Like, even if he put the ball in the receiver hand, it don't mean the receiver going to catch it, Noah Brown. But that's the point. Even if he's going crazy, the wide receiver still had a job to do, and he was successful. So everything that goes into being successful in a team sport, you got to contribute that to the entire unit itself. So it's easier to say offense, defense, special teams than it is to say one particular player or to say one particular wide receiver or one particular offensive lineman, outside of rare cases, of course.
Listen, Dak is nothing without his O-line.
Fact.
His O-line is nothing without him. CeeDee Lamb is nothing without Dak Prescott. You see what I'm saying? Dak Prescott is nothing without him. Like, everything works together. It's intertwined.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
And I know that's the boring answer. Nobody wants to hear that. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear that, but it's the honest to God truth. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times when we interview these players like we do over here on Uncut or you see on the .com, when you interview the players, it do seem like it be coach speak a lot of the times, don't it? But it be the honest to God truth. When you give Dak Prescott all them compliments, Dak be like, well, Shout out to Mike McCarthy because he called a great game. He gonna go down the list of people he had to thank because guess what? It was a team effort. That's not just a normal talk. That is the real life way it works. So that gonna be like, man, shout out to my old line. Why you think these quarterbacks go give their offensive line all kind of luxurious presents and shit throughout the year? Because they appreciate it.
Rolexes.
You see what I'm saying? They appreciate it. They understand that is like a lot. That's a large amount of the my credibility and my success goes to those people. They helping me. So that's why they trust their O-line so much. That's why running backs look out for their O-line because they know they wouldn't be as successful without them, man. It's just a team sport, and it's all intertwined. It's all connected. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. And listen, it works like that sometimes, man. You know, it just is what it is. But we got all the way off track, man. I don't even remember what we were initially talking about. We were talking about run defense and it devolved into this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your Dallas Cowboys ain't gonna be able to stop the run this year, man. I just need y'all to keep it real. Dallas Cowboys can't stop the run. They won't be able to stop the run. And if they are able to stop the run, that's how you know that God is really a Dallas Cowboys fan. Because they did absolutely nothing to be able to earn the right to stop the run. You didn't invest in any of the key positions for it.
Talk about Marcus want to start some crap, but that's just hilarious though. So Josh Ball and let's go get gifts too. They probably do. Man, unfortunately.
Listen, let's go gift. He gets free paychecks and he don't ever play. That man consistently on the IR. Like that man. Listen, he lives the dream.
It's the shoulderless wonder. He has no shoulders on his neck. He has zero shoulders.
Right to left and let me shoulder lean.
He has a neck and a torso. He has no shoulders. That's crazy.
That sound like that one dude that was in here talking crazy that day. He ain't had no neck.
Yeah, you remember that skit on The Living Color? The head detective. That's when Let's Go. I don't know if y'all remember. I might be showing my age, but that was Damon Wayans. He was just a head in some shoes or something. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm silly. Somebody let me know. Give me a 1 if y'all remember that, and give me a 2 if I'm too old and y'all don't remember, because that's hilarious. He was the head detective here. He was just a head in some shoes. Like this shit was crazy.
That's funny. I'm gonna let you answer this. Are you gonna miss Leighton Vander Esch?
Nah, I mean, Leighton had some good moments for us, but recently Leighton probably was more of a liability than anything. So, maybe later, but not right now. No, it depends on especially how bad or good this linebacking core is. But I don't expect them to be super good, so it might be times where I'd be like, well, Leighton probably could have did a little better than that. Look, answer me this, and I think this can answer for the whole nation. Who's the better linebacker? Damone Clark or LVE?
I don't know yet.
No, you seen a year or two of Damone Clark. Don't act like you ain't seen him now.
Oh, Damone Clark.
Sorry. Damone Clark.
Oh, yeah. LVE is better than Damone Clark.
So maybe you are going to miss him because he's probably the worst linebacker you'll have on the field.
All right, Pop. You coming back?
So that's how I do that.
Hey, y'all, give me 1 second.
All right. That's how I do that. If I think about my worst linebacker and he's better than my worst, possibly. But that's a good segue right there, MFW. Are we going to miss Hankins? Absolutely, we are. And that just made me even angrier. Are you a Cowboys fan, MFW? Let me know. I ain't never seen your name out here. I don't even know if you on my channel or not, but salute to you. But yeah, you just made me even madder. Because listen, we just told you about this struggling defensive tackle room. Why would you let somebody go out of that room that's already a proven player? Listen, that will show you it's malpractice in the Cowboys organization, man. I hate to be the one that I always got to talk about this. but it's just the truth. There's no way around it. I can't avoid it. Listen, we don't have nothing proven on our defensive line. We just told y'all on Boss Land, they talking about Justin Rogers and Mozzie Smith as a combo. Neither one of those guys are proved. So not only this is what a responsible franchise would have done. Instead of selling us hopes and dreams out of Rogers and Smith, they would have just said, okay, we're going to pay Hankins anyway. And if Hankins, no, they would have paid Hankins anyway. And if Rogers and Mozzie Smith happen to just blow up and ball out and go crazy, that's just a plus. You see what I'm saying? That's what a responsible team would have did. They would have just went ahead and paid Hankins just to have something tangible there, and then pull along Mozzie Smith and Justin Rogers. They would have been like, okay, if they ball out, we just going to go crazy. But no, not the Cowboys. They going to depend on Justin Rogers and Mozzie Smith instead of having something tangible at the position. So that's what makes me angry about this team, man.
Them your boys, man.
They are, man. But they the cousin that you be beefing with for half a year, and then y'all see each other one night and y'all back cool. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're going to miss Jonathan Hankins.
We are.
He was your best run defender. It does not matter, if you think there was somebody better. You didn't go out and get nobody better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different to lose your best player and upgrade that position. It's different losing that guy and then getting worse behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like an injured Mozzie Smith, a 7th-round pick. Like those guys are not upgrades over Jonathan Hankins. I was pushing to get DJ Reader. I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to spend a little money and get DJ Reader, who was available and who was one of the best run defenders in the National Football League. Did they do that? Hell no. Hell no.
Big Time Show said, we got questions on D-line, no answers. You right about that, Big Time. Can't argue with that. That's a mic drop. Ain't nothing else you can say after that.
Man.
Facts. All you can say is facts. Like the young kids, facts. That's it.
That is wild. He said, it's always about money, Dallas with the Joneses family. Dak wasted his talent in Dallas, says Jose Flores. I hope not. Listen, that is a fear. I know you're in here trolling, but that is a fear of mine that he ends up like the other Dallas Cowboys greats that had to leave Dallas to be successful. Like, I don't want him to end up like DeMarcus Ware. I don't want him to end up like Charvarius Ward, who the moment he left, listen, Charvarius Ward was on our practice squad, and we traded him. No, he was on our roster, and we traded him for a backup offensive lineman. He went on to be one of the best coverage corners in the National Football League, and the guy we drafted for him, I don't think he ever played a snap for us.
Sad.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's that. It's that. Then we think about other players, man. Like Hitchens. Like guys always leave Dallas and win, and I hate that shit.
And that shows you: is it really the front the players, or is it the organization?
And then that's a flip side of it. Like if these guys weren't good, they wouldn't be in the league. The front office did find these people. So you gotta at least give them credit for that. But why did it not work here? It'd be the question.
Can't keep saying it's coaches, can we?
You can't. You can't say it's the coaches because you just swapped the coaches out too many times.
We didn't move that variable already.
We moved the players too.
Yeah. The only constant is the front office.
Yes, it is. But which part of the front office? Because we keep saying front office. Who in the
All
front
of it.
office? Who in the front office need to get their head busted open?
Everybody.
Because listen, no, not the guy.
Except for Will Clay.
I'm gonna
Will
say,
McClay.
at least not the guys finding the players. Like the guys finding the players doing their job.
They doing their job. Yeah. Even they doing their job within a political environment. It's still politics with them recruiting players. Because they got to recruit the players that they like. You know what I'm saying? The style of player that they looking for. So it's still kind of iffy.
Man, it's rough.
But we know it's the leader, man. We love Jerry because of, he pretty much made the Cowboys we know and love. He catapulted them to the top of the league and top of the world. So we still got love for Jerry, man. But God, he just need to go sit down. Just pay somebody to do the job, man. Steven too. Both of them boys just need to sit down, for real, and just pay somebody who know how to do it to do the job. And then look, you can have even more ego in that role, because if they do anything wrong, you can chop their head off. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, you messed up in the first round? Get rid of them. Like, you could be even more cutthroat if you want to. Shit.
But listen, at this point, there's no penalty for being wrong with Dallas. Because Jerry Jones ain't finna fire himself. Stephen Jones know that he's locked in. Ain't no switching up. Shit. So what's the consequence of having a bad draft, making a bad decision financially with a contract, cutting a guy too soon because you're frustrated and emotional? There's no drawback to any of this. Hold
Shout
on.
out to my boy. Oh, yeah.
I'll bring it up. Shout out to Nigel Wanza for the $4.99 for your mind. He said they are cheap, rich uncles, and that don't go together.
Cheap and rich.
Yeah, like how the hell you the richest man in the room, but you want me to pay for dinner? If you don't kiss my ass.
The thing about it is, like, they do coexist, but it's like they still counterproductive at the same time. Cause I bet you probably won't be cheap on your investments. Think about that. You cheap where you want to be cheap at. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to them investments, you probably putting up cake on them, but you want to be cheap in the other aspects. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. The Cowboys need to do better.
He said,
Awuzie made a Super Bowl too. Yep.
Yeah, he made a Super Bowl with the Bengals.
I liked it, Awuzie too. I really thought he was a decent corner. It just seemed like he had the worst luck ever to me. No lie. Like, he had terrible luck as the Cowboys cornerback. The reason I say that, almost every pass you remember Awuzie getting caught on, it was like by a needle. It was like this close to him knocking the ball down. Like, just think about that. I promise you, he was never out of position, ever. That's not Cheeto Awuzie. He was never out of position. He was never getting burned. He was just always getting caught over. And it was by the skin on your teeth that the ball got over his hand. It was just crazy, man. He always got caught on, and it just be the worst type of, like, you know what I'm saying, catch ever. But he was never out of position, ever.
He said no head turn. Shit, that what got what's our boy name? That what got Kinfolk in trouble too. Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown never got his head around either.
But Anthony will be out of position too, though. He'll get burned though. Cheeto used to be on that hip pocket.
Do you understand Anthony Brown was getting burnt as a 4.3 40 guy?
That sound like your technique terrible then.
Yeah, like Anthony Brown, a lot of times was the fastest corner we had. Like that's why he always would be on the speed guy, because he was the fastest guy.
And he's still getting burned every game.
Still getting burned. That's the crazy thing. So I want to pull up this graphic real quick before we get out of here, though, man. I want to get your opinion on some of this fuckery.
Let's do it.
This is worth $50 million to you? $55 million? This worth $55 million to you, Kim Pro?
So you mean to tell me Blake got a better career than him at that point? Out of 50 stars, yikes.
That's a nice ass sample size.
Yikes. I told you I got a rule. When you beat my team, I put respect on your name. So I ain't going to act like Trevor ain't good, but I say according to this graphic, that don't look too good.
So
shit, Blake Bortles got way more touchdowns than he do.
Yeah, he got a couple more picks too.
Way more picks too, but yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, his passing touchdown interception rate is actually better than Trevor Lawrence's.
That's crazy,
man. But this the thing. This might be the contract that fucked the game up.
He screwed up the whole market.
Man.
Way to go, Trevor.
Like, for real. Like, listen. Because now, think about this. Now, Matthew Stafford out here like, nigga, I ain't getting paid nowhere near enough for this man making $55 million. So that's
Especially with the problems he got. Never mind. Continue.
All right, no, let's stop right there. We ain't just gonna mosey past that. Would you, if your wife did you like that, what would be your reaction, landlord?
We would be referring to her as my ex-wife. That's what you would be saying. Yeah. That's crazy, man. And I see some people with some backlash on it, man. All I say is this. She just should have just kept her mouth closed. This man is a public figure. You know what I'm saying? Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of public opinion. We understand that. So, some things just better left unsaid, man. She wilding for that. I just say that she is wilding. Yes.
He said, Charles said, what did she say? She told the story about how in college, Matthew Stafford wasn't, they were basically fuck buddies, right? Her and Matthew, they were, they on back and forth, and he didn't want to commit to her, so she got with his backup quarterback. She got with the backup quarterback, nigga on his team that he got to see and work with every day, and it just finally got to Matthew Stafford that he strong on the. And told her that she's gonna be his, and they've been married.
She said he ran. He got in her car and wouldn't get out.
Yeah,
it was all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, and what I didn't like about it, because it speaks to a lot of problems we got out here in the modern day. I don't want to get on the relationship type stuff going on, but y'all kind of feel what I'm saying. She said that Matthew Stafford was this nice guy. And he's just like, he's just a great guy. He's a gentleman. He's a teddy bear, basically. Mm-hmm. And then she said the backup quarterback was the absolute opposite.
Like, he was a thug. Like, she liked that shit.
That is crazy. So, look, that just shows you, nice guys, protect yourself. Be careful out here, nice guys. Yeah, hey, you know what they say, where you finish it. So, I don't want to discourage men not to be nice, though. But, hey, be careful with who you be nice with. I'll say that.
Yeah, because after everything I done did for you at this point, now, Miss Queen, we is
Miss
not
Queen already coming with the beef. We ain't said nothing like that. Did we say that?
I'ma say it. Ain't no college kids version of dating do not include fucking. We just gonna keep it 1,000% honest.
But look, even with that aside, I just feel like she shouldn't have shared that with the world. Is that a problem? Do you disagree with that, Miss Queen? The world had no need to know that. We didn't need to know that. And I seen somebody say they from Detroit. They said they so glad that lady out of town. What's his name? Born something. Born Cool. I like that name already. It says from Detroit Hill. I'm so glad Kelly Stafford's out of town. She's a head case. Hey, from what I just seen that quick, like that was way too much information. She said y'all blowing this out of proportion. Miss Queen, all I can say is, was that information necessary?
Not at all.
And would you do that to your husband? Not what she did per se, but would you make that announcement? Knowing that the world is listening and watching what happens. Would you do that? That right there let me know if we blowing it out of proportion or not. I just think it was too much. It was TMI and it was unnecessary. And it was very disrespectful to her husband. So if you can't agree with that, then I guess we'll have to agree to disagree.
Indeed. So listen, I didn't even want to start the conversation with that, but that was
you stopped me. You made me talk about this. I said go on.
Nah. Listen, the bell was rung. It could not be unrung. We had to stop.
Look at you guys. See, I'm glad we got other females in here that's gonna keep it real. You gotta say it. We all know he hit. You know what I'm saying?
Multiple times.
You see what I'm saying? Like, let's quit playing, man. Let's quit playing.
See what I mean? Queen said, hell no.
So, Queen, what? Look, this is what I don't get about some people. Why are you taking up for actions that you wouldn't even indulge in? You know that it's wrong. Just say it's wrong. Just because she's a woman, y'all ain't got to take up for her. Women wrong, men wrong. She was wrong, bro. It's no way to take up for that. She was dead wrong.
And just because Matthew Stafford is a little soft, like you said, your husband crazy. Just because Matthew Stafford is a nice guy and wasn't going to retaliate in a crazy way does not mean he deserved that still. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you wouldn't have did that to your husband because your husband crazy. Like,
exactly.
Like, why do it to Matthew Stafford then? Like, why Matthew Stafford? Because he a nice guy, Southern gentleman. She and these are words she used. He's a nice guy. He was a Southern gentleman. Did all the right things. Like, why did he deserve that then?
Shit, this man a nice guy. He ain't did nothing. Like, she said this man is a gentleman. You see what I'm saying? So, like, Matthew is the victim here.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, Willie C said she was wrong. I was saying that what happens when folks get on podcasts though, and they're being interviewed. They tend to talk a little bit too much.
Exactly.
How do we know that her husband don't care?
I don't know why y'all say that.
Her listen. He wanted her. He did what he did to get her. But it doesn't mean that he wants the world to know what the hell happened.
Miss Queen, I'm gonna tell you right now, from a man's perspective, I know he cares. He works in an environment full of men. Men don't have no limitations on what we'll say to each other, especially in a competitive setting. You know for a fact they're going to be at his top saying stuff like that about his wife. I promise you.
They're going to be asking him if this backup hitting him.
I promise you, Miss Queen. Now, that's just coming from a male perspective. I'm sorry. That is the honest to God truth. We are going to pick at you about that, bro.
Anything.
We like, going to be like, boy, where your wife at? Matt? Oh, your wife going to like this. This is the type of nature it is when you in a competitive setting and stuff like this. They going to pick at him about this. And you think that could have been avoided. That's all I'm saying.
Kevin Garnett once told Tim Duncan Happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day, knowing his mama was dead.
Exactly. What he said to Carmelo Anthony about his wife.
He said he heard that Lala tastes like Cheerios.
You see what I'm saying? Like this is like, and then what's so crazy, the people might not 100% mean it, but they just saying this stuff to get under your skin, get in your head. Mm-hmm. That's how we saying it could have been avoided.
You gave the craziest people in the world ammunition against you.
More fuel for the fire. That's what we saying. Like, bro, that was TMI. It was too much.
Yeah, these folks intentionally get CTE.
That man told him, man, his wife tastes like Cheerios. That's wild. And I think he was insinuating that he had an affair with her.
Yeah, they be talking crazy, man. That's the thing. It may not be true at all. But that's the thing. You're in a competitive environment. They will say whatever to throw you off your game. Like,
these people trying to win millions of dollars. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, listen, he is Matthew Stafford. He is already one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's already hard enough to stop him. You don't think they would try and throw him off? Try to get him off his game in any way humanly possible?
Somebody look at comments. Your wife can throw it back better than you. Like, wait a minute, bro. What you got going on? I'm the quarterback for your... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, bro,
hit you on the belt real quick.
Bro, it's so many... Like, and I'm a trash talker. I don't know. Have you seen my performances after the Cowboys win? And that'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm a trash talker. So just imagine, I know I have so many things to go off of that. I promise you.
Queen hit you with a 5-piece. She said they weren't married and he tried to play the friend zone with her at first. That's why she wanted to make him jealous.
Okay, that sounds innocent. That sounds like a relationship strategy. But my only problem is we didn't have to find out, Queen. That's my only problem. Like, that's shop talk. A lot of people taking shop talk to the mainstream, and that's the problem right now. That's why everybody mad at each other. That's why it seems like men beefing with women these days. A lot of that stuff is shop talk that shouldn't be said out in the public. She supposed to say that in the nail shop. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to say that to her girlfriends in the group text, not on national TV, so to speak. That's all we saying. We know y'all have y'all little dirty conversations about us as like we do y'all too. So, but a lot of that stuff don't supposed to be public information. That's my only problem with it. That's locker room stuff. That should have been in the locker room.
Man, the thing is, some people give up information they would have to torture me to get. Like, I have to get waterboarded or something for some of the information that people just willingly give out. and that's the issue. That's the real issue at hand right here. Like Cuz was saying, it could be true. It could have not been as bad as she made it out to be. But dog, it's in the public now. Once it's in the public, it takes a life of its own. Like once it's in the public, anybody can form their own opinion. It's like we sitting here on a podcast with over 100 people watching right now discussing this shit. You don't think people close to Matthew Stafford are having a similar conversation behind closed doors? You don't think his teammates are having a conversation about that, man?
Man,
you know
everybody, look, bro, we grown ups. We know. When that came out, Matthew Stafford teammates up there texting each other like, man, you heard what she said? Bro, that's crazy. Like, bro, we are human beings. They are no different from us.
Exactly.
The supervisors, the owners and stuff probably talking about that. Yeah, she a problem. Like, shit, I wish she wouldn't have said that. Like, we got to cover this up. We got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going through the whole workplace. It is.
Mm-hmm. It be like that, man. It is. You said that shit been going on since day one. Look at that Eve, bitch.
Who is Eve?
From the Bible, nigga.
Oh, shit.
Who is Eve?
I mean, she came from left field. I thought we were talking about normal people right here.
That shit is, that tickled me, dog. But we always get off track, man, because we were supposed to be talking about the quarterback market.
I told you to go on, don't even say that. I just made my little reference to it, and I was just going to go on.
You ain't have to make no reference, man. You know I'm not mature enough.
You messy. That's what it is. You just messy. That's all it is.
Oh, see, I done been called a snitch. I been called messy. I just ain't shit.
You messy as hell, boy.
Man,
I think him be on a mission to give me counsel. Cause he know I can't do nothing but tell the truth when I'm on here. So all you gotta do is set me up with the right topic. I'ma just, hey, what he say? Give him enough rope. I'ma just be out of here.
Man, I ain't trying to do nothing, man. I just wanted to know. Trey Farker said I'm late. What happened? What ain't happened?
I ain't finna go back into that. Just Google Matthew Stafford's wife.
No Google too hard. Hey, if she was doing that in college, it might be some videos.
You might find something else.
Man.
We don't know. But yeah, man, I'm probably finna have to depart. Do you got anything else you want to touch on?
Yeah, dog. One last thing, and then we'll get out of here.
Look at Queen.
She said, I'm messing with y'all. That's why it's always fun having y'all in the chat box with us, man.
Yeah.
Y'all turn the show up, really.
Yo, I mean, look, this is the off season, man. This is what happens in the off season.
My last thoughts, man. I was gonna ask you, do you think they should give the quarterbacks their own salary cap? Because it's a thought process that's been being floated around recently. Should they get their own salary cap? I said no.
It'll be nice, but it's just unrealistic. Because, I mean, we need one right now. Shit, you know what I'm saying? We got the most expensive quarterback room ever. So, yeah. But I don't think that can't happen. That can't happen. Because you only got one quarterback that you're going to pay that kind of money if you're not the crazy Cowboys.
Right.
So what you need a whole cap for? You could just exclude them from the cap.
That's the thing, dog. Like, I think you should have to struggle with the quarterback Like, you either gonna have this good ass quarterback or you gonna have some weapons, and you got to figure it out. I don't think it's fair because you take out the learning curve and the strategy in roster building by doing it that way. Because think about it, if you don't have to pay the quarterback out of the same salary cap, you can stockpile weapons, and all the top contenders will be the ones that have all the best weapons. You know, as it stands now, there's great wide receivers on mediocre teams right now, but they're, you know, but they're getting paid what they're getting paid because they don't really have to worry about the quarterback getting paid. If that were to happen, it'll be like the same 4 or 5 teams with all the weapons in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's practical in that manner. Because I think it goes from it really being open any given Sunday to being the same couple teams that can compete every year.
True. I think that's, you know, we might be able to find something that could shake some stuff up in the future, but I don't think that's the way to go for real.
Man, just increase the salary cap again, man. Just increase
It's
the salary cap.
the salary cap gonna automatically increase every year.
I'm talking about just go ahead and get a big ass salary cap push. Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and up it to about another $100 million off the top, because you can draw from future earnings and shit like that. Increase the salary cap by $100 million and just move forward. And then
I don't think the gambling money into effect yet, is it?
That's why I said, but you can pull salary cap from future years.
Yeah.
So you are, and you're right. That not all that money has kicked in yet. You can go ahead and jump the shark. The NFL is not going to stop making money anytime damn soon. You already know that it's going to end up being profitable. Just go ahead and increase it, and then set a salary, then set a cap number bar on it. You can set a cap percentage for how much quarterbacks can make. Like, a quarterback can't make over 30% of the salary cap. They have a hard set, so you have hard figures for it. Or you could have a flexible cap like the NBA, where you can go over the salary cap and you just got to pay a luxury tax like the Golden State Warriors were doing all those years.
True.
If the owner does not care enough to draft a running back after letting the starter walk, why should I give a fuck about this team walking away? Damn, Joseph.
I don't know, Joseph. I can't.
I said, why should I give a fuck? Shit. I'm sick of these niggas too, though. Ain't no stress. Listen, man, I be sitting here thinking about these matchups and what the hell we need to do to win, and I get mad all over again dealing with these dudes, man.
Yeah.
I'm finna get out of here, though, man. I got stuff to do. I got a car that needs to get drove around real slow with the top off it. I gotta go pick up the rest of the stuff to cook with, so that gives me an extra stop while I'm out flossing on these niggas. Oh, LandLord, where can they find you at?
I go by LandLord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media. Tap in for the win. Holla at your boy, man. And I almost forgot. I just hit 6K, y'all. So I appreciate y'all. I just hit the 6K mark.
Hold on. You hit 6K?
I just hit the 6K mark. So I appreciate y'all, man, for all the love and support.
We just ain't finna just slide by that, man. Hold on. Pop your shit, boss. Pop your shit.
My shit. Yeah. Let me pop my shit.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations,
so salute to
man.
everybody in the trap, man. We 6K up in the trap, man. So salute, man. Salute.
Yeah. Everybody put congratulations to LandLord in the chat box, man. And listen, this man been grinding, working hard to get to that 6K, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man. We on the road to 10, man. We got to get to 10 for the win.
Indeed, man.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Congratulations. Yeah, go show LandLord some love, man. He damn sure deserves it.
Yes, sir. We in here, man. I'm motivated. I got to turn it up a little more, man. I got y'all. And listen, we on the road to the training camp as well, man. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this training camp. Listen, you probably gonna get all the clicks in the world just filming Trey Lance. Like, everybody want to see this dude, man. That's gonna be crazy. The quarterback competition gonna be crazy. The wide receiver room competition gonna be crazy. The tight end room competition gonna be crazy. Before we go, this is the last question. Who you think the odd man out in the tight end room? Because listen, Sean McKeon made the team last year.
Well, Sean McKeon ain't here no more.
I'm just saying he made the team last year, so that's an extra spot.
Peyton Hendershot. The guy that was, listen, the guy they were talking about getting rid of last year before everybody got hurt is the same guy that I expect to be on the chopping block this year. So that should tell you enough.
Facts. And I'm working on a video talking about the tight end situation and the future of Peyton Hendershot. So it's going to be interesting.
Man.
But, man, like we said, man, we appreciate all the love and support. Hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Henny, let them know where to find you at.
Yeah, man, it's your boy, Henny DeMoore, reporting live from the liquor store. You can find me on here, HTM Sports on YouTube, Henny DeMoore on Facebook, Henny DeMoore on Twitter. And we're trying to get to 3,000 subs, man. So come over, sub to the channel. We're still running a jersey raffle. Every time you send $5 to $ Henny DeMoore, the Cash App or the Super Chats or Super Stickers, you'll get a raffle entry for a Dallas Cowboy jersey. We're gonna wrap it up on the 1st of July. But yeah, if you want to enter that, just go ahead and hit the Cash App or the Super Chat, man. But I'll be back sometime. I'll probably be back sometime tomorrow, man. Bring out some more exclusive Dallas Cowboys content. And as my brother was saying, man, he is trying to get out there to Oxnard. Everything they all send to him will help him get out there. So make sure y'all hit his Cash App as well as $LandLord 723. So make sure y'all support your independent content creator, man. It goes a long way in helping us out, man.
Facts. And we ain't just sitting down with the money. You know, we actually doing stuff to get better and you know, help the content. So we appreciate y'all.
Indeed, man. So hey, in the famous words of West Coast Cowboy, what does that man be saying when we be wrapping these shows up?
Never look down because the stars up. Peace.
Peace.
Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time.
Yeah, it's Goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and LandLord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, this Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboys, HTM Sports, and LandLord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. They don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31
All day.
teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of
I
your
gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this off before it